It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery from darkness. Our friendship will rise. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. Oh, get ready. It's Thursday night.
So, last we left off, bells held as they were finishing preparations to head on their recon mission to the red moon of ill omen Ruidus, had a bit of a fractured social moment that sent them to the four corners of Whitestone to figure out how best they can repair broken trust or concerns about each other's motivations, or whatever dark passengers they carry from the past. As part of this conversation, Fern wanted to recenter herself by visiting her Nana Morri, and was decided amongst the troop that perhaps a visit to the Fey Realm to try and reconnect before heading into a very dangerous unknown was a good idea. FCG and Nana Morri got excited about the prospect of a team-building exercise amongst you all. After a conversation, she wiped your memory of it and sent you on the first of three. The first one was an honesty-based expedition in which you all were in a ravine and had to reveal truths about yourselves. Completing that, you were sent to a test of communication in which 3 volunteers had their sight robbed of them and were sent to walk without vision across very narrow and ever-winding land bridges.
So much fun.
With the second success behind you, you were brought to the third and final part of your team-building therapy session. You were transported by Nana Morri to the middle of a massive Fey ruin, overgrown with vines and thorny brambles. Hidden out amongst these ruins lie 3 sections of ivory branch, blanched pieces of a white tree among small altar basins. You must seek them out, however you wish. But 2 of you will be replaced by my doppelganger friends. Only through care, watchful eyes, and trust in those you feel you can will you succeed to bring these 3 branches back. If even one is destroyed before it's returned, you fail.
Wow.
Damn it. All of you are surrounded by a thick gray fog obscuring your vision as the fog fills your periphery. Let's figure out who they are. So we have 5 cards that say you are yourself and 2 cards that say you're a doppelganger. So we're just going to shuffle these together.
Great.
I feel like I have this problem where I'm a nervous laugh.
You gotta poop now. Now you gotta poop.
I'm a nervous laugher.
Makes you look guilty?
You makes me look guilty.
I know.
No matter what.
No matter what.
We'll start over here. Now don't look at it yet.
Don't look at it, Allison!
Don't look at it.
I won't look at it, but I will touch it and hold it.
You all find yourselves standing around
The nose
the
flares.
central ruin.
I'm scared. I'm really scared.
So we gotta toss those branches into the pool. Is that
You have to bring them
Man,
back
that was
to
a
the
weird
pool and lay them
smile.
in.
Smile.
Oh no, they're looking at me. Oh, that was another weird smile.
I feel like Liam's being awfully quiet. It's Liam.
Oh yeah, Liam is pretty quiet.
Yeah, he's
Allison is also.
I'm always quiet.
Everyone
Oh,
is it that they're being quiet or we're just talking a lot? I think we're just
Are we
rambling.
stoned right now? They know.
As the mists
As
the mists pull away, you see you all have now been translocated around equally around this central pool. The ruins around you, the doppelgangers and Nana Morri no longer in sight. You know that 2 among you are not who you appear to be. And somewhere in this are 3 branches. Now you get to decide the best way to find and retrieve them and bring them back to place them by hand into this pool. You can hear the various denizens of the jungle coming alive around you. And you now get to figure out how to handle the scenario.
Do I see anything that looks like one of these? Nana Morri said that the branches would be held inside of a what now?
You do not, from your vantage point, see anything that resembles one of these basins, so you might have to shift or look harder elsewhere.
Understood. I'll hold off here.
You do see that a lot of these ruins have all manner of twisting brambles and kind of thick, thorn-covered bushes that have grown out of the stonework that have kind of blocked some of the spaces. You can see there's a lot of overgrowth around here entirely.
Look at us.
I'm gonna move this way, working my way towards the bramble over here.
Bramble here, okay. You watch this part of it kind of, and then suddenly the vines reach out, wrap around you and entangle you, pulling you into it. And the thorns themselves are about 3 to 4 inches long and they dig into your skin painfully. You take 16 points of piercing damage and you are restrained. You are currently held within.
That's one doppelganger we don't have to worry about.
I'm gonna start heading over to the bramble. I'm gonna, as directly as is reasonable, I'm gonna head over to the bramble that's got fern.
Reasonable.
Oh, okay. You can walk around and you come up to the edge where she is currently wrapped, and you can see them kind of like pulling and twisting.
Help me, doppelganger!
Do I have a good angle to hit this thing without hitting fern?
Not so much, but you can try and pull her free if you'd like.
I'll do that. 17.
17. You reach over and grab the edge of the brambles, being careful where the spikes are, and you pull back and tear them open, which frees you from being restrained.
As I do that, I'm gonna stop and why don't we all stick together, find one of these branches so that we all know what it looks like and what the mode of finding it is, and then we can divide into 2 teams once we found one and have been able to observe all of us together.
Oh, super reasonable.
It might be useful for all of us to stick together, at least at the beginning.
Then we can all be accountable for one another.
Yeah.
Imogen, do you love me?
I already told you I did.
All right. I love you too. Aww. No matter what form you're in.
I feel like you're a doppelganger right now.
What?
Horrible! Just leave!
I can't see where I am, but I'm gonna head over to Fern, towards Fern,
Roll over.
and do what I always do, which is heal people.
Thank you.
I'll touch you and give
You
you
wouldn't heal someone yet.
cure wounds. It's what I always do.
It's Sam Rage.
8 points of healing
Healing.
because
So Sam Ray.
I'm a cleric.
Only 8 points?
Wow.
Only 8 for now.
So now I think you're not a doppelganger because it's, I don't know.
You can see like there's like a section of the hanging vines that kind of looks almost like it's gossamer and like somewhat translucent for a moment, and then the light passes by and it looks solid.
On the post there and around us, there are illusory vines.
Is it on all the posts or is it just that one?
I
Just
think I just saw
that one, but you see that similar kind of like coloration on a lot of the plants around here.
Is
So
it because this whole thing is an illusion?
Maybe.
Are you an illusion?
Maybe.
Chetney, you're up.
I'm gonna try a tactic that everyone should have done. I am not the doppelganger! I'm coming! I just am going the back way. Can I hop over? Can I go this way and head that direction?
Easily enough, you go ahead and pounce over the top, landing into this here, and there's a spread of elements in front of you.
Great. I will split. That's gonna suck, but I'll go that way.
Okay, you rush through that center piece. As you do, you kind of run past the column, and there's like a cluster of purple flowers that have grown on the side of it. And right as you go by, you hear, and you watch as they just spray this cloud of green that you try and dodge past. It hits your skin and it burns immediately. That's going to be 23 points of acid damage. As it like burns into your skin and leaves kind of pock marks in it for a minute. As you move past the other group of vines right there in the section, it also, you manage to just barely duck underneath as it whips out nearby, and you continue to move on past. I'll say for your full movement, you can get about to that through here, and that's about as far as you can get.
Can I scour the area for my action?
Of Glancing, your wolven eyes do not catch anything of interest.
Just so you're aware, purple flowers, spit acid, vines on the doorways hurt. Nothing back here so far.
Laudna, you're up.
I pull out Pate.
Moral.
Okay.
Hey, what are we doing? What's the plan, eh?
Are you a doppelganger?
I don't know what that is.
Am I a doppelganger?
I don't know what that is.
Do I look like the real Laudna to you?
I mean, I hope so.
Me too. What? Don't.
Doesn't even have eyes.
I wasn't even questioning until you brought it up, so I guess it's on you.
That's fair.
Very true.
All right, we're looking for like a white ivory branch.
Okay.
So I want you kind of start looking around, helping me out, okay?
All right.
I'm gonna cast Wither and Bloom.
Okay. You watch as all of this just turns black and vanishes in the space around.
And there's a white branch underneath it?
Pillar. A little
You see
altar.
what was hidden within this space right there, completely overgrown, is a tiny little basin altar with a little white branch that kind of sits within.
I call out to Fern. Fern!
Yeah.
When you and I attended the 22nd annual Byroden Forever pageant, what did Cinna Brightbow throw at me when I was tied up on stage?
Yeah, Ashley.
I'm gonna say a pie.
A dick.
That's wrong, but I think it's still you.
Wait, what was it? What was it again?
Axes! And I leap off of the arch down into that room behind me to look around, and I'll spend an action investigating in that room.
Nothing of interest in the immediate vicinity.
Then as a bonus action, I press the button that releases all the crocodiles.
Perfect, got it.
Underneath the arch.
Uh-huh.
I am going to, cast Scorching Ray.
This whole section begins to burn away. The brambles pull back, and much of this brush vanishes, which diminishes that vicinity, but it does leave now a burning inferno of burning plants in that area now that kind of closes off that entrance.
From behind the fire here.
So, I didn't fully think that through with wood and fire situation, so my bad.
I'm gonna make a move. Anybody got a problem with it?
It's a clarification.
Well, here we go.
Do it,
I'm going
It's really
to.
weird that you're asking us
I'm just making my shit known.
permission.
I'm going to try and get through this little crevice right here.
Over to whereabouts?
I'm trying to get over to the white branch.
trying
I'm
to go
trying to hop over.
She can't make eye
Bless. Natural 20.
Guilty.
There's 20. Yeah. Easy enough.
Natural 20?
Nice.
Is it a bonus action to pick up these nerds? Is it a bonus action to pick up the branch?
You grab the branch.
That's my bonus action.
Here you go. This is an ivory branch fragment. Now you look at this. Each branch has 3 hit points.
Uh-oh.
Say again, each branch has
has three hit points.
Can I see
so
what
don't
the
let
branch-
someone with a branch get burned up.
or hit it.
And I'm going to go right back the direction I came.
Okay.
And I am like I'm the fucking Flash. There's like an image. There's like a red streak of me that's actually like beating me to where I'm going and leaving a little blue trail behind
Where
me.
are you going?
And I'm gonna head straight for that pool.
From inside the nearby cluster of overgrowth, these little purple buds and release a burst. The stick is being held by you. Part of the challenge of this is if you take damage, so does the stick.
Shit, good to know.
So you take only 12 points of acid damage.
Okay.
And the branch loses a hit point.
Cool.
I'm gonna hop up on this wall.
Okay.
And I am going to cast Detect Thoughts.
Counterspell.
Okay.
Let me see. Hold on.
When you cast Detect Thoughts, a loud staticky buzz fills your mind.
Shit, that was what I was gonna do.
I'm going to, for my bonus action, look at Fern and go, are you the doppelganger?
No, I'm so not the doppelganger.
Okay.
Are you?
Oh.
You glance up and you see there are like some strange little bird-like creatures up in the branch up there, and you see there's like some little almost squirrel-like marsupial creatures that kind of like curl away and look back with eyes that glow out of the shadow.
I cast Speak with Animals, and I'll turn to one of the squirrel-type creatures and say, "Oh, squirrel friends, can you tell me around this area specifically which plants you wouldn't jump on because they're not real?"
You see like one of the squirrels kind of curls out, and you can see it looks pretty much like a squirrel, except for it has no mouth here. It has just eyes, and as it kind of looks down at you, the middle of its head splits open. You can see teeth on each side, and it kind of like curls. But you hear, as it speaks towards you, it goes,
I'm just a squirrel. I would probably say maybe avoid the big walls because they're really scary. And also, some of these trees are a little dubious.
Tell me which ones?
Where does a squirrel learn dubious?
I mean, that one seems pretty safe, but it's one of these two. It's been a little hard to jump around in.
Thank you.
Chetney.
Yeah. So we're gonna try and get to this corner.
Yeah, those trees over there are dubious according to the wildlife here.
I'm gonna run the edge of the map. So I'm gonna come along this way and then, I'll stop here. Okay. And then can I touch the ground here and use grim psychometry to see if I get a vibe on anything that has been placed here? Specifically, I'd recall information about the sinister or tragic history of an object or an area.
You kind of dig your claws into the ground and like find a bit of like buried ruin there, and as you touch it, you get a quick flash of the ruin still constructed high up, and you can see like stones falling from the sky, smashing into the sides of walls. You can see robed Fey elves like looking around. You see them taking things and burying them and hiding them in things around here. You get the sense that they were trying to make sure things that were important were not found.
Oh, it's like Krypton or some shit. Okay.
Laudna.
What?
You watch something drop down from the branches of the tree. This tiny, maybe like 1.5 foot tall, hunched, lithe-looking humanoid Fey creature. Elongated ears, kind of like a smooth front to its face, and it kind of drops down quietly. And it's like looking off past the direction, past the stone, and it's gonna, and it just kind of like runs at an intense speed, not unlike the speed that you saw Ashton with. It like darts past everybody so fast that it gets right to you. It snatches the branch from your hand, and with the rest of its movement, starts darting off this way.
Motherfucker!
Yep. And it leaps up onto here, and then darts down out of sight for the rest of you.
Get it, Chet.
Over in that area.
Chetney! No! Chetney, he's right below Pate on the wall.
See Pate going like,
Hey. Okay.
So Pate is just hanging out and watching him. I'll do another Wither and Bloom right here to clear all this shit.
okay. These burn away. This burns away. Opening up the area, making it safer to pass through, but you don't see anything in particular that catches your attention beyond that.
Orem sees those spike vines don't look good, so I'm gonna run and zip through the flames. I'm gonna jump through the fire, and then I'm going to use movement and action if I have to bolt through that door.
Okay. You dart through and you catch up to him right there.
I'm actually gonna move past him a bit, like 5 or 10 feet if I can, on this. Let's say I'm standing on that stone structure.
Yeah.
And I use a bonus action to shoot at the stick with grasping vine and yank it out of its grasp.
Okay.
With seedling.
You grab the branch, finishing Orem's go. Fern, you're up.
All right. So, what I would like to do...
Confess!
I would like to cast Stone Shape on Sunshape. On Got Camp.
So that whole area of bramble,
Right here?
yeah, like
Yes.
Falling under the pressure.
I would like to just kind of, so I don't have to touch any of the vines or the bramble or anything, just like move the gate, the stone, so it kind of like falls away and just goes away.
Okay, so this section
can
of
see
ruin
underneath it.
here just sinks underground.
Whoa. Where I was standing?
Where
it
there's
sinks
a
underneath
hidden
you.
branch.
FCG is gone.
The bush stays there
Oh.
Yeah,
because you can't shape. Because you can't shape the
Damn it!
creatures, but you do end up revealing all the ground beneath it, and this area now is unobstructed beyond the growth. The bush that was right in front of you kind of shakes, and the part of it kind of opens up as a creature darts out from within, wings, woof, woof. You look up and see what looks to be an owl, just a regular owl, and it's
Okay.
Should be fine.
up above you.
I don't like birds.
Its jaw opens up and a tentacle whips out towards you. It grabs you and you are restrained, and it's going to start flying this way.
No!
That far, and it's trying to pull you towards the nearest bramble cluster.
Just gonna fucking shake my head, and I'm going to just roadrunner my way over to. I assume FCG's being held by a giant tongue,
Like a giant tongue with a talon at the end of it.
and I'm gonna try and slam that
Like
fucking
running
tongue.
up this way and then jumping in the air towards it?
Oh no, I'm just gonna hit the
just the
tongue,
tongue.
like right in the middle. I'm just gonna like
Come down and try and like use the sharp end of the hammer on the tongue.
You bash the tongue so hard and slamming it into the stone beneath you that it splits and it pulls it back into its mouth and, and looks like it's flying angry, but also is injured by it.
So
Thanks,
you're
Ashton.
no longer restrained.
I'm going to cast Fly. And then I'm going to. This is dumb. I'm going to fly towards the creature.
Okay.
And as I get close to it, I'm going to quicken a spell and cast Shocking Grasp on it.
It tries to fly away as you reach out your Ruidus-born arcane talents and rend its body apart with a flash of electrical energy. It turns to ash in midair and then just kind of like cascades down in kind of burnt clusters of stone and dust.
Well, you know what? On one of those pillars over there, you said that there was some shimmery stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look where that shimmery stuff was and see if I can see anything more
Make a
than what I
perception check.
saw before.
You can see there are a number of vines over here that are kind of shimmery. You can see that this bramble wall here is a little shimmery. Those are the two things that you can catch in the vicinity.
Okay. I'll use my bonus action to scrape my claws against myself and ignite.
Flames?
And I'll take 3 hybrid claw strikes against the little thing.
And you just slam it once and it falls limp in your claw.
Oh.
But you're already like in the second, the moment of the second it strike, and then slam it up and it just kind of hits the wall and spatters and then burns cinders across where it was.
4 points of damage.
Pate,
What do you need?
go fly over to FCG and see if he's squishy.
You're gonna send him across the map?
Yeah.
That's some sus activity on your part.
Oh, you mean for the one who might be sus?
All right. You pull out of the way, and Pate just kind of scrapes across FCG and lands.
I don't know. I didn't feel anything.
I don't know.
What is that?
Does that finish your turn?
What?
Does that finish your turn?
Yes.
I wasn't
you're up.
sus of you lot until that moment.
I have no idea.
Lord is losing a mind.
This
You have
doesn't-
no idea what Orim would do because you're a doppelganger?
That's right, doppelganger. I flea jump to the tip here and race over to these bushes and search through them.
You don't see anything that resembles what you're looking for, but you do see within there what looks to be a slightly glowing, like a wasp hive of what looks to be very familiar wasps. However, you catch it in time without disturbing it, and slowly back away.
Damn it.
Yep.
Okay.
So we got one
Those
doppelganger
over
here.
there, I'm gonna speak with plants. Hey.
What?
Hi. Do you have a branch underneath you that you're covering?
Not here. Not here. You? No. How about you? No, not me. No.
All right. Well, can you ask some friends around and see if there's any, branch hiding anywhere?
Well, we only have a few friends. We don't get around very much. You know, kind of stationary, being plants.
Oh.
We'll go talk to the friends over there. Oh God, they're burning! And look over at the flames right now.
Don't look over there! Don't look over there! It's okay, look at me, look at me, look at me.
Their mortality is unbelievable.
All right, I'm just gonna pass through you if you don't mind.
Oh, God. It's okay. I just wasn't ready. It's okay. Shh.
It's all right.
Wade through. There's the bramble wall this way.
Yes,
And so
let me
over
talk to the
there.
bramble wall there, may I?
Okay, yeah, you can walk in there.
Hey.
What?
Whoa.
Oh my god.
That is some too. Do you have a little branch, a white branch underneath you? A branch?
No, but you look mighty tasty. Come closer. Come on. Let's give you a hug.
Can I peek?
Do you come forward to peek in?
Sure.
All right, you step up. As you come closer, it goes like, perfect. And the vines, shh. That's 22 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
As it like, wraps around you, it's like, come on, just a hug.
I'm going to turn and I'm going to go back up to that, because that's the one that attacked me, right?
Yeah.
The one. I'm going to look at Fern.
What?
I know this is weird. Are we cool?
Yes. Now?
Are we cool?
Now we're having this conversation. Are you for real?
Guys, look, the doppelgangers are.
Okay, it might be you. And I'm going to take a...
Take a hit, go and roll damage.
A hit on her?
No, I'm taking a hit on the plant. 15 points of damage.
15 points of damage. Slams a second massive overhead hammer blow into the middle of this bramble. You hear a snapping sound as the central stalk that holds the rest of this wall around breaks. The vines go limp, and the voice, last thing you hear is go, "Oh, your friend's an asshole." As the bramble wall vanishes and you are no longer restrained.
Thank you, Ashton.
We'll talk later.
I'm going to use a sorcery point to turn inflict wounds into double its distance.
Okay.
Because it's a touch, so I can make it 30 feet away. And I'm going to inflict wounds on this little shrubbery area.
As the plants curl back and turn to ash, it leaves.
Yes! You knew it! For my movement, can I fly down and grab it and fly back up?
Sure. Imogen flies down, grabs the branch, and flies back up.
Imogen!
Yeah!
If you trust me, drop the twig and I'll get it.
Oh!
I don't trust you.
But that's what this exercise is about, trust. I trust you.
To keep the stick, right? You trust her to keep the stick.
I don't.
If you trust me, then don't make me drop it to you and it could get hurt.
God damn it, I trust her. Bonus action, Misty Step that way as far
This
as
way?
I can.
You appear on the opposite side of a bramble wall. I
trust her.
Ashton, as you destroy this ruin, the kind of the dust settling, you watch as FCG appears in front of you. You teleport on the opposite side 30 feet this way, right next to a bramble wall. The vines lash out at you.
God damn it.
16 points of piercing damage. And you are currently restrained and held against this bramble wall. It's like
I'm gonna climb up this tree.
interesting point of order. You climb up and reach for one branch, and your hand just goes through it.
Oh.
You have to like catch another branch, and you realize that parts of this tree are illusory. As you're reaching through, you're touching the edges of where the branches find the top of the actual trunk as it splinters off into the top parts of it, and you reach along the wood, and your hand vanishes on the inside, and you feel around, and there's like a hard surface, and you feel a branch.
Oh.
I pull it out.
You have a third ivy.
Hey! Awesome!
So you impact the ground, the branch in your offhand, the water's shimmering.
Well, we have them all? Did everybody say we have them all?
Yeah, we do. have them all.
I am going to hold an action.
What are you holding?
I'm going to cast Hold Person. If Chet does something...
That you don't approve of.
It looks like we got everything. You good?
Leave me. Go get one of them. One of them will betray us. So go get. I think it's somebody who has a stick. Go. Just leave me.
Only one. Oh, that works. Well, one way or another.
I think it's Fern and one of the ones who has a stick.
I'm gonna fly up and over, and I'm gonna get down next to the pool on this side.
do you hold an action?
I am. I'm gonna hold the stick. I have the stick in my hand. I'm gonna wait till Orem and Chet are also, and so we can all put it in together. So I'm gonna hold that action to put it in.
Okay, you got it.
I take the branch out and I'll hold my action and look at Orm and say like, okay. Waiting for you.
Okay, Chetney's turn is done. Laudna, you're up. There are 2 branches held out. There are a handful of people that are holding actions. There are eyes darting around. What would
So
you like to
confused
do?
now.
So Orem is the only one
What
left.
if none of us are the doppelgangers and we all are honest?
Wouldn't that be a kick in the patoot?
You're the only one left.
Just me.
And you're up next.
Not like this.
Not like this.
Not like this. I'm after.
You're after
You're
me.
after you.
Laudna, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah. It's best to murder me now.
I'm going to pull out my Houndville Omen. It's gonna be right between Orem and Imogen. And it's just
It hops
You
down
are the love of
while the
your
2 of you are holding your branches out over this water. You hear this like dark tearing sound.
That's my chonies.
And the Shadow Hound lands between the 2 of you.
he's just here for extra accountability.
I look over at him. Hi, baby boy.
Orem
One.
looks around at the group and says, I hope I know what's going on here. And he reaches into his chonies and pulls out the monocle of true essence
Nice.
and looks around at the group. And I will try to detect magic, I guess, and see
Why do you
if
care?
any of my friends are
I think it's his magic.
glowing all around their person in
Why
an
wouldn't
aura.
you just put the
Put the
stick
stick
in?
in.
You're
This is
wasting
all
your
about
action.
trust.
You're wasting your action
Everyone's
to look
holding
at
their
their sticks
sticks.
instead of putting the stick
Or
in.
he's not
Well,
wasting it.
If
On-
I do that, and then I don't see anything, then we can continue to hold and put the stick in, because
That's
this
true.
is a simulation of life, not chess.
Yes.
So I use the monocle and look at my friends.
Small magical essences emanates from everyone. This whole area has kind of like a weird staticky feel. We are not getting immediate like directional things, but everyone seems to have varying kind of moving magical essence about their spaces. The branches that are being held up have like a weird pulsing magical essence.
If we can be loosey-goosey, I will shove the monocle back into my chonies. Chonies are down here. And I will pull out the stick.
Well, I'll say because it was your action to do that. I'm just saying, bring loosey-goosey,
Back into my
but this you can pull
Yes.
it out. But I'll say like that's the end of your turn as you pull it out.
He just said it wasn't chess. Is it chess or not chess?
It's checkers.
So, finishing worms go. Fern. All 3 branches are out.
All right.
And they're all looking at each other. There's spells held. You're still kind of keeping your incantation at the ready.
One more
What do you do?
confirmation round.
Look at me. Eyes. Eyes, everybody. It's me, Fern. We're going to take care of you in a minute. It's me, Fern.
Remember, we can't
I'm not a
revivify.
doppelganger, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm not going to do anything. And I'm just going to stand here until you guys put the sticks into the
Alright,
pool.
let's put it in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my
Action.
move.
I feel like y'all got that. I'm gonna go get FCG out of this shit.
I want to go see this, so I'm gonna roll over.
5, 10,
Towards the
20,
pool.
25, 30 gets you right in the middle of this ruin, right there, kind of behind Chetney, and you can see the group branches out, eyes wide, looking at each other.
This was a good lesson for all of us to trust each other and know that none of us will ever will ever be. All right, just do it.
On the count of 3. Ready! 1, 2, 3.
You all push through this magical barrier as the 3 branches sploosh into the water. The water begins to light up and it pulls them together in the center. And as they all meet, you watch as they grow into each other, forming a larger extended branch. You can see like little veins of silver kind of spit through it, kind of binding them together until it forms one singular glowing ivory branch. It sits there in the middle as the mists begin to fill the area around you to where you can just see the area around the water. The ruins vanish in this clouded space, and you watch as one doppelganger walks out of the side. Another one walks out of the other, and they both just kind of look at the rest of you. Nana Morri walks out the opposite end, and she goes, "Well done.
sometimes you have to trust in each other, no matter what you're told.
Aww.
So, that is a successful endeavor in this exercise. And I believe you've earned this.
She looks around for someone to reach for it.
And as you reach,
she snaps her fingers, and the fog fills the space, and all of you feel this cold rush of air. And as the fog fades, you blink your eyes blearily and look around as you're in the warm, comfortable seats you were sitting in the middle of Ligament Manor, the set of tea around you on the table. And you see Allura off to the side with a tiki drink going, "Well, that was rather strange. Hope you enjoyed your naps." Nana Morri kind of folds her arms as she leans back in her chair.
Well, I certainly hope you're all quite proud.
That was really fun, Nana.
That was some lucid
I'm
dreaming.
so glad you enjoyed it.
And I feel like we really learned a lot.
We did.
I feel like that was needed.
We did learn a lot. Actually, we really did.
Really was effective. Letters, I think that was a good idea.
Are you all right, Ashton?
In many ways, yes. In some ways, definitely not. I'm going to be working through several epiphanies, sadly, while we are probably on the moon. One thing I have thought about, because we did just do this trust exercise, is as the most recent and spectacular person to fuck up, it's worth acknowledging that it could have been any of us. We are a collection of fucking time bombs. And the possibility that any of us was going to do something stupid and hurt one of us was real and is still real. And I've been thinking a lot about that. That a bad day for you, Chet, or Laudna, or you, FCG, or the wrong thing, stolen Fern, or the wrong moment to listen to your mom, Imogen, and then
Orm's just great.
Orm's got some internal shit that, you know.
I mean, I don't know if I shared everything I did, but I'm glad that we did. I feel like I have a slightly better appreciation for all of you. I did already, but it feels a little clearer now. I also don't know if we can wait for it to click or feel perfect. We gotta do something now. The world's in disarray. Everyone's scattered around, got their heads up their asses, and frankly, we're paying attention. If we can do something, we should do something. Tomorrow. Hopefully we don't arrive back and it's a century later.
Something Fern mentioned. Feeling like there's no way we can do this or save the world. We're walking towards failure. Perhaps another part of this is just accepting the little ways in which we can help. What areas we can control.
To be honest, myself and many of the individuals that you've met and are part of this plot to prevent mass destruction have been entangled with the machinations of the Ruby Vanguard for quite some time. As such, they know us well, they expect us, and I believe have many safeguards and preparations in that case tailored. When you volunteered and the things you've done in the past, I think you're not incorrect to assume that your lower profile puts you at an advantage. And I'm not saying go too deep into this. I'm not saying go and throw your lives away. But find out what you can that you think gives us all an edge when the time comes for us to storm the moon of Omen. And you won't be doing that alone. You don't even have to come if you don't want to. Your job will hopefully by then be done.
And honestly, what's the alternative? Do nothing and wait to get steamrolled over a couple of weeks later? I'd rather give my all and do something than lie down for it.
Me too.
Same. I mean, this whole thing about trust, right? I think if we go up, how would y'all feel if I gave in?
What's that mean? Gave in to...
Every time I make a connection with Ruidus, it feels like it's asking me to connect. And I push it away, I always have. But what if I don't?
Oh.
What's your gut tell you'll happen?
I don't know. But I know I have the right motive. And I trust y'all to bring me back, if anything did.
Jump into that fucking lava.
I still say it's the season of the witch.
All right.
Find out who the fuck you are. That's great.
Just tell us before you do it, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's...
Trust.
Don't just go off on your
I'm
own.
not the doppelganger.
I know.
Fern is.
Obviously, Fern.
Obviously.
Speaking of Fern, are you going to take this shard? They've told us a few times the more we hold on to it, the more of a beacon it makes us.
I'm sorry I said I was disappointed in you. It's
no,
not...
I felt the same. I feel like I've been scared of something that in some ways is inevitable, but maybe not a bad thing. I think I kind of want it.
If you're gonna do it, I mean, you're home.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have Nana
that's
here in
right.
case something goes wrong.
Nana would totally be able to help out.
I put the harness on Fern.
Oh.
Just in case.
Should I go outside for this?
For what?
Oh. I'm gonna take the shard.
Really?
I think so. What do you think?
That's exciting, Fern. I'm so proud
You
and
are?
intrigued.
All right. Can you stay here? Should I do this outside?
Maybe. She looks up. Maybe in the garden.
Okay.
Is everyone else joining?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Allura follows behind, being, I'll be on barrier duty and whatever else is suddenly required of me. Things go wrong. Just if you need my help, say help.
I'm ready to come apart in a million pieces and hopefully back together again.
You step out into the central open clearing where there's a good solid 25 or so feet from any sort of vegetation and some stones that are laid out to connotate the center of this garden.
All right. Chet,
Yes.
you want to pop in the shard? Into the harness?
Yeah, you're rocking the harness already,
I
right?
feel like you're fast and can get out of the way if you need to.
Yep.
I'm nervous.
You'll be fine.
All right.
You'll be great.
Okay.
I hope.
Yeah, I'll be fine. Nana's here. Well, if something goes wrong, she can take care of it.
Nana sits back and watches, and you watch as Dr. Nesbitt, Peepers, all manner of the beings and creatures that you grew up with all come to witness this as a circle of friends, familiar and unfamiliar, all gather throughout the garden.
This feels like such a spectacle. Okay. All right, we ready?
Is there anything you want, like an item, a good luck totem, just anything to give you strength?
No. Oh, I'm gonna pop up Mister so he can be here too.
Oh, that's great.
Do we
Just
think
hang
this is
out.
gonna be just as hard?
Possibly.
Probably not, but, you know, maybe.
Climbs up your shoulder.
Maybe you took some of the kick off a bit, Ashton.
Yes, we get
Maybe.
this.
I'm gonna walk over to Ashton and hold your hand,
Yeah, the weird one.
the weird one, and I'm gonna lean over and kiss you on your cheek. I'm sorry you felt you had to hide your motivations and your feelings from us before.
It's nothing on y'all. It was just... Now, here's to old damage. May we all get the fuck over it.
I'm going to step away from Chetney before he pulls out the shard and just kind of...
I'm gonna go over to Laudna and I'm just gonna like hug you. You can bury your head in my shoulder while I watch what's going on.
I do that.
Okay.
At least until it's in the thing.
Orem is gonna kneel like 10 feet in front of you so that you can see him and he can see you, and I'm ready to go.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep my eyes on Orem.
Nana Morri lumbers up behind you. You have Orem in your original sights and this dark shadow of Morrigan, the Fate Stitcher, like about 10 feet behind him, just looking towards you with this big grin.
I open up the bag of holding, and I take a pair of tongs out from behind my back. Hey, bird!
Yeah.
Catch!
As you pull the shard out, even just its presence, Laudna, you feel that like, ooh, ooh. And that voice be like, now's the time.
La 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 la.
The voice just whispers in your ear, but it begins to fade into the background as instead you focus on the warmth of Imogen holding you.
Only Imogen probably hears me go, shut up, shut up, shut up.
As you say. And jam the spark into the back of the funnel on the harness. You feel it get close. The proximity heat of it lights up the center of this garden as all these now hundreds of faces of all different sizes all kind of light up like they're staring at a bonfire, but the bonfire is the back of Fern. As the crystal gets placed there, he watches it kind of like stops about an inch from the edge of the funnel and begins to slowly turn. As it turns and rotates, it begins to brighten, brighter and brighter. The red turns to a bright orange to eventually like a yellow white. And the heat of it begins to burn your back slightly as you watch the energy begin to drift into the funnel as it turns.
There's a bit of a tingle.
You can feel the heat kind of transitioning into your chest. And it's like you had just swallowed a warm tea or a hot coffee too quickly and it kind of burns inside a bit. It's uncomfortable. Yeah, it's uncomfortable, but not too much. And then it sears the inside. Unlike when the ritual had begun with Ashton, where the body seemed to be rocked with a conflicting source of explosive energy, this seems to be a gradual burning sensation. And you watch as the crystal's light now begins to dim. You can see a light brightening through Fern's skin.
I got
the bits
it,
of
I
the
got
harness,
it.
the bits that kind of poke through where the arms come through the harness and the neck, you can see like a glow beginning to emit from underneath. You take 16 points of fire damage.
Okay.
The crystal is beginning to crumble on one side, and you can see as the glow is now filtering through the funnel, that glow, that dull orange glow underneath her collarbone and outside the edges of her torso is now getting to a brighter orange, and you can see almost like the edges of her hair are starting to curl back from the heat.
Oh, damn.
Oh shit.
You take that is 21 points of fire damage.
I'm gonna use the ring. So it's a 2d6 minus, so minus 8.
So that would be 21 minus 8 would be about 13,
Okay.
I believe.
I'm okay. It's not too bad.
As now the glow of Fern is matching the glow of the crystal itself, you can see that same bonfire glow on all the faces around us. Creatures are shifting. You can see Morrigan seems to have ninja catted closer to the back of Orem, and you can see her neck is now like stretched out to the point where you look up and her chin is right above yours, Orem. She's just looking at you with a smile, unblinking, just paying attention.
It hurts.
The things that are important sometimes do, my dear. You feel like your heart itself is a burgeoning star. It's like, as much as it hurts, it also feels powerful. It feels like a core of strength you've never experienced before. Like holding on to an unmoving rung of a ladder that's keeping you from falling, but it's inside you, and it's holding firm. It hurts, but it's yours. You take 28 points of fire damage. The last bit of the crystal is starting to crumble, and it's now this dull kind of red cinder glow, while now Fern's skin above the neck is now turning orange-white. You can see her eyes are starting to go from the normal colored pupils to themselves a bright orange, and you can see the light just kind of pouring out of it. Her hair,
Beautiful.
that you thought was curling back from the heat, is now curling back to a golden glow itself, and she's starting to lift up off the ground.
Whoa.
You take
29
points of fire damage. You look up and can see the sky and the clouds, and suddenly the image of your home and comfort space around you flickers into a flash of inferno, then back again, almost like your vision is blurring in flame. There's 32 points of fire damage.
You okay? Okay, I'm gonna go up.
3 hit points.
I'm gonna go up and touch her. For a 5th level cure wounds.
Okay.
33 points. of healing.
Great.
Wow. Your mind is in two places at once, and as you're looking up into the sky and you're aware of your friends around you, that like burning pain in your body also feels euphoric. You can see sparks like children running and playing and merging and vanishing like they're games before there was language. You see a time before, and then the pain strikes back into you. You said you're going to heal yourself.
Yes.
You have just a moment of clarity as the pain strikes in to try and cast a spell on yourself.
20 points.
Okay,
of
so you heal
healing.
20.
I did it at 4th level.
You feel now it's beginning to settle into you a bit, as much as it's still burning. The rest of you watch as Fern is lifting up in the air. The reddish glow that's gone to orange is now going to almost like the yellow-white that the crystal had when it began to be placed in its position. Her hair is no longer hair, but a wreath of curling flames. You see the legs that the kind of muscular fur-covered legs are now a texture of smoldering, curling fires. And you watch as they come together into a singular point that just kind of becomes a trickle of flame that kind of spirals down below her legs. Where her fingers are, that blackened kind of expanse of her claw-like fingers emits red flames that burn up into a black. 34 points of fire damage. Whereas once kind of the smooth horn curl is like a cracked, molten rock, not unlike the arm that Ashton now still bears, but bright with red color, and you watch as they ignite, much like how the Balrog flexes in Lord of the Rings, how the flames just brighten up brighter, and you can now see this halo of fire just emits from her. She's just now this being of flame.
I'm going to cast a 4th level Wither and Bloom around her.
Okay.
So you see all of the greenery from the garden start to get sucked dry and wither. Then it's almost as if the Feywild reaches up and vines start to wrap themselves around your ankles as you're hovering, and that energy gets transferred to you, and you can roll 3 of your
hit dice.
dice.
The nearby hedges curl to brown and then immediately burst into flames from the proximity. The dried brush now igniting from the sheer heat that's blasting out of Fern. The rest of you have to check your eyebrows almost as they're starting to feel like the hairs are curling back. And you watch as some of the humanoid topiaries that are kind of crawling up in their twisted dance poses, the greenery begins to break away, and as they fall, you can see the remnants of bones under the leaves, leaving these like standing skeletons in the same position of the garden. In this moment, your vision goes from the flashing imagery of the sky above, of your friends around you, the crossover of this ancient time of flame and history, to darkness. And in the middle of the shadow, you see a flame begin to rise and expand to an impossible size, to an immense size, a being you've never encountered of this great construction. You see an entity towering, made of just flames. It seems to flicker and shift around you, and it looks down at you like you're a fly, and then it looks at you like you're an equal, and you feel a sense of sadness, but then also a sense of legacy.
That's the sound.
Yeah, when the DM's rolling a pile of gravel, that's not good.
Yeah.
And then another pile of gravel.
41 points of fire damage.
Okay.
You still up?
I have 12 points.
As that,
Of hit points.
in that moment of connection, the entity embraces you. And the rest of you watch as Fern has now lifted 20 feet in the air. Her arms curl in like she's embracing herself. And in that moment, the light becomes a bright white, and she leashes her hands out as flames emit from all sides. The top of the garden just gets singed across in like a 50-foot radius. All the rest of you take 11 points of fire damage in the proximity of this space. All the creatures immediately scatter back off to the sides. You watch as Allura puts up a barricade around, a magical energy barricade that prevents it from burning all the critters and creatures that were watching. And in that moment, Fern, the light begins to subside. The flames begin to die down, and you slowly lower back into your space. But as you all stand there, you can see Fern just gently lifting off the ground a couple of inches. Her hair still curling flames, her eyes just a bright orangish yellow color with little flicks of flame looking out of it. Her horns still this like curved, smoldering, kind of red-veined, rock-like formation. The harness itself is the only like dark part across her chest as she seems to emit light around her. You can see as like the flames flick up her upper arm, and the fire that licks off of her fingers curls into a black flame at the tip.
Oh shit.
Wow.
You have now.
That's a big card.
This is such a big piece of paper. I'm okay. I'm standing.
Do you feel different?
Yes.
You look different.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You look amazing.
I do.
Yeah.
Wait, do a little flame thing. I think it changed.
Oh my goodness.
You're literally on fire. Does that mean that we can't, like, come near you at all?
I hope not.
Can you control this?
Am I still on fire?
I'll walk up, like, and just try and touch her, like, knee.
Do you want him to be hurt?
Yes.
I know what that smile says, but
That was crazy.
How
Say
do
yes.
you mean?
Say yes.
Meaning, do you want to allow him to touch your knee?
Yes.
Yeah. You touch her knee, and it's as hot to the touch as like a mug that has very hot liquid in it. It doesn't hurt you, but it's definitely hot.
Oh.
But it doesn't damage you.
Wow.
What do I feel like?
Is it actual fire?
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk up and just hold my cigarette to it. Does it light?
Not that. It's
I just pull a little fire out of my finger.
It ignites it when she touches it.
Yeah, I need this.
Oh God. In Fern's now like neutral form state. She's not made of pure flame. She's still Fern. There's just parts of her that emerge as flame, like the hair and like the glow, the flames out of the eyes and the tips of the fingers.
Is it all the time? She just always looks like that, or can she like control that?
Well, you are currently in a specific form.
This is
the Grand Poobah.
I think I just need to learn how to control it. You know, like maybe I have to learn how to dial it back sometimes.
Heard that before.
And bring it out sometimes.
Yeah.
I think it's just there right now. I don't know how to get rid of it.
Mister's been kind of watching from the sidelines as the flames blew by. She's like, he's just looking up at you with these bright eyes.
Come.
Both of you made a flame now.
Leaps up into your arms, and as he leaps in the air, you watch his body just burst into his flame form, jumps into your arms, and it just looks like a little fiery monkey baby in the arms of his fiery monkey mom.
Oh, that's my buddy.
I feel really good. I feel really kind of powerful.
I mean, maybe we are powerful enough to take on.
Maybe we are.
Are
Maybe
you
this is
even going to be able to sleep tonight?
probably not.
But wait, wasn't your shard supposed to wake up your shard? Is your shard awake now? Now that you like put it in your body and then spit it back out?
Oh, that's right.
Did you feel like you awoke?
Kiss.
You guys should hug and make up.
Whoa.
Hey now, this is not.
This is such.
Shake hands. Shake hands.
The legend was that they were like husband and wife, right?
Well, this is.
I feel like that's a lot of expectation to put onto people right now, especially with the fucking audience. So
Yeah, for sure. I was just saying like a fist bump, just something to bury the hatchet.
what if they
Just
touch
go put my
palm to
hand
palm?
Yeah.
Shake on it?
It's Holy Palmer's kiss.
So you clasp the new arm. As your hand touches his, you watch as those little veins that were once glowing when you first created the arm in the past ritual that has since gone cold, light up once more, and as that orangish heat, those veins kind of curl back through up into your arm, you feel that same. There it is.
Yeah, fucking go for it.
You feel that familiar sense of like belonging to the ground. You when you sat for a bit in Whitestone, you felt that odd connection, but now it's overwhelming you. You through your feet, you feel like the stone in the middle of this garden. You feel like in a brief flash, you can feel the history of the stone. You can feel where in the ground in the Fey it was carved and hewn and placed there. You are burrowing through the very earth of Exandria. You are pushing through the ground, and yet you are one with it. And suddenly you emerge like a massive whale breaching from the ocean, but through the rock itself. And you look beyond to an endless mountain range that is ever growing and folding on itself. And you feel a time before time. You feel where the land itself was still forming, being made and unmade, where all the elements swam between each other, and in such creation and destruction was a singular process. And as you come back to your vision, you feel this strength begin to fill your chest. The rest of you watch as Ashton seems to suddenly grow about a foot, 2 feet.
Whoa.
You watch as the arm itself seems to swell and spikes of rock jut out of it, as around his torso, the bits of his skin begin to jut out additional jagged spikes of stone and rock. You watch as his eyes begin to shift color into a faded gray coloration, and suddenly both the smooth eyes of gray crack in the center, and where they crack, it's a vertical iris where a dull yellow glow just appears out. As you release your grip and pull back, the orange glowing veins subside, but you feel this sense of strength and sturdiness that you've never understood until now. You feel like, as a being that spent their life feeling broken and unwhole for the first time in a long time, not just because of what power you found in yourself, but the people that surround you, you feel complete.
wasn't ready for this before. Thank you. This is fascinating.
Wow. You look different.
Yeah, you look smaller. What happened? You all look small. Oh my. Holy fuck.
You look down, like your legs themselves, they trunk out towards the bottom.
I have an idea. I need to see something. And I'm just going to fall forward, like just face plant, and I assume that I can just meld straight into the ground.
You watch as Ashton falls forward and like melds about half a foot before stopping because you are at the top of a tree.
Oh.
Well. Holy shit.
So it's almost like watching someone sink partway into the mud, but the mud is stone. And he like gets a couple, like 3 or 4 inches into the ground before.
Oh no, I got you! Ashton! I got you!
Should we go downstairs?
Race you. Yeah, and I'm gonna fucking, let's go downstairs.
You watch as the two of them, like two children excited to play a new game, go rushing out of the garden and down into the heart of Ligament Manor as all the various creatures and critters begin to cheer and chitter and scatter off, and Nana Morri kind of stands back up. I always knew she was meant for greatness. You all kind of glance at each other and look back towards the two friends. Broken as they both were recently, finding a little shard of strength in themselves, and all of you together finding yet another little rung to hold on to in each other. And here's the fireflies scatter around a bit, the candles floating. A bright moment of possibility seems to have lent itself to you in these moments before the journey of uncertainty lies ahead. And that's what will end tonight's episode.
Oh, man.
What a trip to the Fey Realm.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Holy shit, this...